We are dealing with the chapter of intellectual property. Class MSc4th Sem Botany. The intellectual property refers to creation of the mind in the meaning of research, literary, artistic designs, symbols, names, images, commerce to benefit people by the inventor's creativity to be flourished. IP is the original concept and idea conceived of and developed by employees or workers and advisors under contract to do so, that become corporate assets, which include things like inventions, work process, articles, blog, posts, book illustrations, photos, music, products, business names, etc. Protection site is here. The US and the national government agree with your creation with full protection to keep you secret. Therefore, major protection site is available to IP. Include copyright. This type of protection is given to the creative works such as writing, drawing, book, software, articles, blog posts, graphic designs, movies, etc. All are covered by copyright. Number 2, trademark. This protection is given to the original words or combination of words, symbols and designs that you create to represent your business. The symbol TM at the end of a word indicates that trademark protection is claimed and means that the trademark has been registered. Number 2, this trademark is very important to be registered and claimed. Third, patent. The patent protection is given to product or process. Inventions, giving the creator to exclusively control or how their ideas are used. There are 3 types of patents: utility for process and machine, designs, original graphical designs, representation, and plant, animals, flora and fauna. The trade secret. The trade secret protection is given to special formulae, programs, techniques you develop that are your own formulae for some kinds like drink medicines like COVID-19 medicine. Medicines are here to be invented and patented. The aim of IP to give statutory expression to the moral and economical rights of creators in their creations and the rights of the public in access to those creations. Secondly, is to promote as a deliberate act of government policies, creativities, and dissemination and application of its results, and to encourage fair trading, which would contribute to the economic and social development. Generally speaking, intellectual property law aims at safeguarding creators' and their producers of intellectual groups, goods and services by granting them certain time frame under rights to control the use made of those productions. Those rights don't apply to the physical objects in which the creation may be embodied, but instead to the intellectual creation as such. IP is traditionally divided into two branches: industrial property and copyright. The convention establishing the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, WIPO, concluded in Stockholm on July 14, 1967, provides that intellectual property shall conclude rights relating to all the above-mentioned creativities and inventions. So it is the mission and target for the activities. WIPO mission is to promote through the international cooperation and creation, dissemination, use and protection of works of the human mind for the economic, cultural and social process of all mankind. Its effect is to contribute to a balance between the stimulation of creativity worldwide by sufficiently protecting the moral and material interests of creators on one hand, and providing access to the social benefits, socio-economical and cultural benefits of such creativity worldwide on the other hand. The administration, it is very important point here to monitor all the activities. The convention establishing a WIPO provides for 4 different organs: the General Assembly, the Conference, the Coordination Committee and the International Bureau of WIPO. The General Assembly is the supreme organ of WIPO. The General Assembly appoints the Director General upon nomination by the Coordination Committee. The reviews and that approves the reports and activities of the Coordination Committee as well. All the views and reviews are approved here. They are monitored here, controlled here. So all control measures are here, from the monitoring to all activities being involved here. So the WIPO is controlling over the activities here. It adopts the financial regulations of WIPO and the biennial budget of expenses common to the unions. It approves the measures proposed by the DG concerning the administration of the international agreements designed to promote the protection of some intellectual property. It determines the working languages, activities of the Secretariat, taking into consideration the practice of United Nations, and it also determines which states are not members of WIPO and which international and international non-governmental organizations shall be admitted to the meetings as observers. So many observers are here to monitor your activities minutely. Patents, utility patents are one of the 3 kinds of the patents to be invented some new novel kind for the social benefits. Plant patents, it is an IP right that protects a new and unique plant. Key characteristics from being copied, sold, or used by others. A plant patent can help an inventor secure higher profits during the patent protection period by preventing competitors from using the plant. A trademark is granted to the inventor, and that is the inventor's heir property, asset, own property. Requirement for a plant patent. An inventor has 1 year within selling or releasing the plant to apply for a plant patent. We have to mention all required information with explanation. The application is very important here, that you are going to patent it, the product. The applicant must comply with other details under the administration, WIPO, and pay the relevant fees. A patent protects the inventor IP right for 20 years from the patent application filing date. The patent application itself becomes public 18 months later. The earliest patent filing date, which means competitors will be able to learn the details of the invention, and it is much sooner. Copyright, it is the exclusively right given to the creator of a creative work to reproduce the work, usually for a limited time. The creative work may be literary, design, etc. Copyright intended to protect the original expression. It is your own original creation and expression under the copyright. Expression of an idea in the form of a creative work. A copyright is the subject to limitations based off the work on public interest considerations, such as the fair use doctrines. Rights frequently include reproduction, control over derivative works. They may be duplicated, they may be derivatives. So the inventor has to be very careful here. Derivative works, distribution, public performances, and moral rights such as attribution. Rights are very specific of a state, country. Copyright and Designs and Patents Act 1988 provides that if a copyrighted work is made by an employer in the course of the employment, the copyright is automatically owned by the employer, which would be a work for hire. Typically, the first owner of a copyright is the person who created the work, means the author, main author who has owned this copyright and design. But when more than one person create the work, then a case of joint authorship is made provided some criteria or met. See, the copyright to a Mickey Mouse cartoon restricts others from making copies of the cartoon or creating derivative works. Laws of copyright. The Copyright Act 1957 governs the subject of copyright law in India. And its application. Applicable from January 21, 1958, India is a member of most of the important international conventions governing the area of copyright law, including Berne Convention of 1886, the Rome Convention of 1961, and the Agreement on Trade-related Aspects of IP, right, TRIPS, TRIPS. Remedies. Several such remedial aspects are here, which are not being discussed. Administrative, criminal, and civil remedies are there. So, administration plays very important role to monitor and control over the Copyright Act, copywriting activities. The criminal activities are also here, which are controlled. Many measures regarding the laws are here, civil remedies are here. So when this becomes the matter of public, society, nation, and the developmental issues, the intellectual property is very important to be protected. You and your creativities, the inventors' activity and creativities. Otherwise, 3 years jail and a fine of 2 lakhs rupees, 2 lakhs, maybe more than 2 lakhs are there to be imposed. So the imprisonment provision is here, and several such controllable measures are here. Thank you.